Kakada, est-ce que tu peux m'expliquer où nous sommes ici?
We are now at Phare Cambodian Circus, where we have daily performance every night, like 7 days a week.
Tu as suivi la formation que propose ce cirque?
I used to be a performer, like I performed many times in the past, but I stopped for 4 years already.
Pourquoi tu as décidé de suivre cette formation de cirque?
I think that being a performer it's a good chance for me. If I can perform, so I will have more chance to travel, just like many people does. Yeah, like the older generation, I see them perform in France, in Europe, in many countries in Asia, so I just want to be like them. And because being a performer, it's a good chance to express myself. Just like the feeling, everything, like I can share to people. Like sometimes the message that we send to people, it can educate them. But when we send the message through the action, through the feeling, so they, like the feeling touch their heart, so it's easy for them to remember what we have told in the show.
Et quelle était ta vie avant de suivre cette formation?
Like I live in the rural area, outside of the town, and at that time, my parents brought me and my 4 siblings to the city in Battambang, where the school Phare is. So at that time, I have chance to learn things. Yeah, because like I am from very poor family, so I cannot afford the school where I need to pay a lot of money. So Phare provide free school, like free education. So I just go to Phare and I can learn academic school and also art school.
The circus in Siem Reap is much more than just a show. The circus here is the social business extension of a nonprofit school in Battambang. At the school, they help young Cambodians from many difficult social backgrounds to have a positive outlet for their energy and also find other ways to express themselves. Through this process, some of the students developed very good talent, worked very hard, and some of the shows were amazing. So then the school started to think, okay, what can we do to make a future for the artists? So when an audience comes to see the circus in Siem Reap, they're not just getting great entertainment, they are also supporting a nonprofit school. We support ourselves through ticket sales, through private event sales, through merchandise and refreshment sales. But the profit does not go to a person, it goes to the nonprofit school. So that's what makes it different.
Pourquoi c'est si important pour vous d'apporter cette dimension sociale dans l'entreprise?
Cambodia is a developing country. It wasn't that long ago that it suffered near genocide from the war. I think any business operating in Cambodia has to keep that in mind, how to benefit the community as well as themselves. And I think a social enterprise is the purest sense of that. So our existence is to generate money, but it is to support the community. If a business operates in a country like Cambodia without that, it's really taking away from the society, not giving.
Combien de jeunes avez-vous formé?
So roughly 150 of the graduates have gone on to be professional artists.
Et quelle est l'histoire de ce cirque?
The school was started by 9 young men who were in a refugee camp in Thailand during the war. And there was an art teacher from France, her name is Véronique Ducrop, who used drawing classes to help the young people get through the experience. And that was how the school started. And it did start with just drawing classes. And they quickly learned that sometimes young children have too much energy to sit still just for drawing. So then they added other more active art forms like theater, music, dance, and of course circus. The point of the school was not initially to be a vocational school. It was meant for art therapy and free academic education as well. But they did find that some people were becoming talented. So that's how our story started. Phare, the Cambodian circus, is more like a creative circus with only people telling stories. Cambodians are very resilient, and what you experience now in Cambodia is a revival of arts, of creativity. So it's not necessarily talking about the past. It's affected by the past, but it's much more modern artistic expression. I think a lot of people assume that the performers in the show imagined when they were young that they want to be performers when they're growing up. That's really not the case in Cambodia. Most Cambodians are more worried about how they're going to survive today. So through this, it's not just having a chance to earn a good living from performing, but there's a life lesson in it. With hard work and opportunity, you can do anything you want. The short answer to your question is create more opportunities for them in performing, for those who want to, but also open paths for them to pursue other careers if that's their dream.